Hello, my name is Coex, and I've been trading now for the past 4 years in the financial markets. Well, my main jurisdiction is Forex. So basically, I'm starting this YouTube channel to share my journey and also talk about the challenges I'm facing even after 4 years of trading. So I've learned lots of strategies since inception, and now the challenge I'm facing is scaling up. We all know that the fastest route to scaling up is prop firm capital, and that is where I'm having a bit of an issue. I don't have any problem taking my personal account up percentage wise. Like it's second nature to me. It's something I can do over and over and over again. But when it comes to problem, the challenge phase is just mentally exhausting. I don't know why. Then I'm now deciding to try something new. Well, that is where YouTube comes in. Originally, I love doing my things personal and not even involve the public except for my close circle. But I just think putting myself in uncomfortable situations and also having this sense of accountability, I think it's very, very important for growth because you cannot grow without, first of all, being comfortable with your current situation. And this is the thing that is prompting me to start a YouTube channel, document my journey of essentially achieving funding in the prop firm route. So this YouTube channel is going to be a week in the life whereby I'm taking you guys right from Sunday analysis down to Friday. All the trades I take, the result of the trades, as long as the prop firm is concerned. So you guys are going to be carried along in the process. Today is Sunday, so I think I've done well to introduce myself. So the next thing now is for us to go to the chart. So you guys will see the trading pairs I'm focusing on, and also what I intend on trading, how I approach the market, my model, and things like that. So let's go to the chart. So let's go right into the gold chart. So I love trading gold because why else would I want to wait hours and hours and hours long in a normal major forex currency pairs when I can just do the same amount of work and get out of my trade either a loss, profit, or break even within the hour or two. So that is why I love gold. It moves fast. If you're wrong, you are wrong fast. If you are right fast, and you get over it, do other things in your day. So now we see the gold chart going has been taking all-time highs after all-time highs. It took a while for us to get to this all-time high, which was posted on April. We got through it on September 2nd. That was how many months later? That was May, June, July, August, September, 5 months later. And ever since, we have been taking the all-time high like the next day. Every time it has been going all-time high to all-time high. So we cannot, the thing about all-time highs is we cannot say this is the time it's going to stop. And if you're in the way of it, imagine the people that have been trying to sell on these days, they would have been getting wiped out if they didn't put their stops at break even. They would have been getting liquidated. So we can't say when an all-time high is going to end. But as day traders, the best thing is to what? Is to scale down to lower time frames mark our levels. After we've marked our levels on the item, because at the end of the day, only if we are deceiving ourselves. If we say the market is going to drop down to this other block looking area, it could take a while because we are in an all-time high. There's really no much retracement going on. Like, we could have been waiting for this to happen, but it didn't happen in 1, 2, 3, and 4 days. So what is the chances that it's going to happen now? You understand? This could just be what it needed, and now it's trying to what go up. You can see this long tail here, this wick on this down close candle, and you can see this one is essentially engulfing it. So the next day can print now, which is Monday, can print and just keep on tearing all time high to all time high and all time high. So the best thing, first things first, what I would like to do is mark out the swing eye right here, because obviously the swing eye is going to be very significant. I think it will be easier for me to mark it out on the 4 hour time frame. Let me mark it out here. So this swing eye is going to be marked out, so I know when price is breaching it. Also, another thing I would like to note, because I also consider smart money concepts when I'm trading. So this fair value gap, essentially they call it the BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Oh yeah. So anyways, this BC, I stretch it out in time because it has caused sensitivity before. So there's a possibility that, well, if markets gets back to it, there's going to be sensitivity. So let's note that. So essentially now we know that we are in a premium price point, because if we take this guy, so this guy here, this is the equilibrium. So I'll mark it out. So we are at premium. Trying to buy here now is not going to be wise, honestly, because we could have a retracement and your stop loss might not accommodate for the magnitude. So it is better to what? To wait for something to occur. So price can take out this high, form some type of pattern that will make us what? Target this. And obviously we know this is also draws on liquidity. It's essentially something smart money concept traders call trendline liquidity, whereby there are multiple lows here and price can gravitate towards them. And essentially, the midpoint of these lows is always a hotspot for residing liquidity. A lot of liquidity are residing there. So I like to mark out the midpoint of this trend line liquidity as what? A liquidity area. All right. So all these things will be marked out in the lower time frame. So let me make sure they are visible on the lower time frame. Cool. So this is the 4 hour time frame. Let's not forget that. So let me start marking out all of this. So for our equilibrium, because these are our levels. So these are levels I'm essentially looking at for price to gravitate towards and should react from. So this is also a trendline liquidity. If I go on the 15 minutes chart now, so I already know what this is, a trendline liquidity, 4 hour equilibrium. And also let's not forget, this is the daily bullish order block. So if we go on the daily, I just want us to be following. So if you go on the daily, you can see this bullish order block. That's what I marked out here, daily bullish order block. If you go on the 4 hour, this 4 hour equilibrium, is what I marked out here as the 4-hour equilibrium. And essentially, what I want to happen is price to take out this high. After taking out this high, because that's the present all-time high now. After taking out this high, I would love to see some form of sweep, then a break of structure on the lower time frame for me to what, take it to at least this liquidity point here. So that is my outlook on gold. It's as simple as ABC. I don't need to be spending, we don't need to spend hours and hours analyzing the charts because it turns to analysis paralysis and you really don't know what to do. Sometimes you argue a case for longs, you argue a case for sells, and you just get confused at the end of the day. So I'm looking for this sort of thing to happen. And on the other hand, I would not ignore the fact that price can still react from this sort of places. So I might even be more patient to see after this happens, I might be more patient to see this other block fail. If I want to go short, I would like to see this other block fail. So something like this, then use this fair value gap, which was once a BC, as a what? An IFVG. So something like this, then essentially, I just need this range. Like it's good enough for me. From here down to here. That's like over 290 pips. So I don't think I need more than that. I don't even need up to that in a week. So if I get that in a day, well, I should be essentially done for that day. So this fair value gap, you can see from this to there, it wasn't filled completely. So there's a possibility that price will drop into it, find some sensitivity, which I am prepared for. And if it fails, I know very much that this thing wants to start going down and I'm going to short it from this. So let's not forget, this is my analysis on gold essentially. I also look at other pairs, but for this Sunday, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm not going to be sharing the analysis on those other pairs, but I'll obviously be looking to trade those too. So I use the XY for correlation at times because I don't really like looking to the XY to check for it for what gold is going to do because a lot of times since gold has been doing this all-time high clearing and volatility, I feel it is much more fundamental than technical. So this correlation is not really. Sometimes the XY is going to consolidate, but gold is still tearing all times. Sometimes the XY is coming down, gold too is coming down. So I really don't like looking into the correlation, especially during this type of geopolitical unrest and stuff like that. So I rather just look at the technical of the particular pair I'm trading. So for gold, I look at gold, and if I'm looking at USD JPY, obviously I'll still use the correlation of the XY to look at USD JPY every time. But pairs like AUD JPY, I trade them on their own. But I use GBP JPY and Euro JPY as my correlation. So they move together essentially. It's just like GBP USD and Euro USD. So they move together more often than not. And you can use one to confirm the another. So these are the things I look at. Also the Japanese yen futures to see the weakness or the strength of the Japanese yen when trading the JPY pairs. So Euro USD, which I don't trade much because it can be very annoying sometimes, in my opinion. Euro USD, GBP USD, I trade them too. We are going to also do the analysis in coming weeks. If I see anything worth noting, I'm going to share with you guys. So that's just that. This is my watch list for Forex. I also do other things, but we're not getting into it today. So this is my watch list. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things I look at. Alright, so that concludes Sunday night analysis. The next thing now for me is starting trading. So I've been trading the challenge account now for for 2 months now, but I've been break even, coming back, break even, coming back because I'm not really used to challenge for pro-firm challenges. It's mostly my personal capital where I have the freedom to do as I like. I can be down 10% and I'm not scared because I know I'll come back in even more profit. So prop firm has actually been challenging, and I actually love the challenge because it's going to make succeeding worth it. So the next thing now is I show you guys the prop firm challenge. It's a 50K FTMO challenge. And it's a standard challenge, two-step verification before you get funded. So hopefully, we do well with this, and this new resolve I have of sharing my journey with you guys is going to help me do well in the challenge. So that's that. I'm going to show you guys the challenge account and tools. Bye.